Okay, so at this point we're ready for our waistband. First thing that you want to do is go ahead and press your seam allowance just so you know where that's at. Now if you're putting in a zipper, then you're going to need a little bit more of a seam allowance there. Your waistband, you do want that to be your waistband measurement plus a little extra. So the reason why you want a little extra, so you might want to lap over your waistband at the back so that it completely goes from one side over and covers where that zipper stops, because you don't typically want your zipper to go all the way up through your waistband. So on one side you will fold it over and press it just so that it's even with that seam allowance, and then that's already hidden and taken care of. Your next step will be to press over however far you want it on the other side. I've just chosen to go about a little less than half an inch just to encompass that. Now it's just lapping over my seam there about 1/4 of an inch. It's really not that much on this. I'm just probably going to do a little snap or a little hook for this particular skirt. Now on a full skirt, I like to use a nice big hook and bar or a button or a hook and bar with a decorative button. So you cut it to your waist measurement plus your lap over. So if you wanted to lap over an inch, and you actually need to add about 1.5 inches so that you have that turning ability and to encase that. So now this is a great place to see if your skirt is the right width. Now if you have either your fabric is stretched out or your math was wrong, what you can do is you can actually take that stay stitch that you put in and pull it and slightly gather it to bring that skirt to match your waistband measurement, and then that kind of fudges and saves that a bit. It's not going to really change the way that your skirt flows or fits, so that's a nice thing you can do. Now that I have it all pinned, your next step will be to just go ahead and stitch on your machine, and I'm going to use about a 1/2 inch seam allowance on this waistband. Then we will flip it over. Let me just show you how we'll do that real quick. We will flip over our waistband. We have our press mark there, and then we will press the inside so it's flat and just hand stitch that. You can stitch it on the machine, but you keep in mind that will show on your front, on your right side of your skirt. So if you want it to be hidden, this is where a nice little slip stitch can be done. Now you can wait and do that after you do your seam. I'm probably going to do my seam first before I do my waistband all the way, simply because I am not doing a zipper and I'm not going to stitch it on the machine. I will be stitching it by hand. So for this particular skirt, I'm just going to leave it open about 1 inch from where the waistband attaches so that it can easily go onto the doll. Now for a person, you typically want to leave that about a 7-inch. I put in a 7-inch zipper on this skirt, and that's typical of what you want to put in for a skirt. Any longer gets in the way unless it's going all the way from waist to hem, and typically then you have that as an exposed zipper as a design feature. So I hope that this helps you be able to make either a full circle skirt to wear, a tree skirt, or really whatever you might want to use it for. Hope you enjoy!